Have you ever stepped out of a nice warm shower, only to feel more tired, itchy, or uncomfortable than before you got in? It sounds backward, doesn't it? Something we've done our whole lives, something that's supposed to help us feel clean and refreshed might actually be draining our energy, drying out our skin, and slowly hurting our health as we age. If you're over 65 and still showering the same way you did in your 30s, this video is especially for you. You're not doing anything wrong, but your body has changed, and the way you care for it needs to change too. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through 5 powerful reasons doctors say seniors should rethink how often they shower and how small adjustments in your routine can help protect your skin, boost your immune system, reduce fall risks, and even support your mental health. Before we begin, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching this from, and what time of day is it for you right now? Let me know in the comments below. Even the smallest moment in your day matters to me. And if you find this helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next video just like this. Reason 1: skin aging and skin damage. As we age, there's one part of the body that often starts speaking to us in whispers until the discomfort gets too loud to ignore. That part is our skin. It's easy to take our skin for granted when we're younger. We scrub it, stretch it, expose it to heat and cold, and rarely think twice. But after the age of 65, something shifts. Our skin becomes thinner, drier, and more fragile, not because we've done something wrong, but simply because our bodies are changing just like the seasons. In America, where self-care routines are a part of daily culture, morning showers, scented soaps, hot water streaming down like comfort, it can be surprising to learn that these habits might not serve us well in our later years. A long, hot shower might feel like a reward, but for aging skin, it can strip away something precious, the natural oils that act as our first line of defense. These oils aren't just for softness or shine. They keep moisture locked and protect against bacteria and help us feel comfortable in our own bodies. Without that protective barrier, skin becomes vulnerable. You might notice it first as an itch that just won't go away. Maybe a rough patch on your elbow or flaky skin on your legs that no amount of lotion seems to fix. And in many cases, that's just the beginning. Cracked skin can turn into small open wounds. Infections can take hold. And for seniors with conditions like diabetes or weakened immune systems, those infections can become serious, sometimes even requiring hospitalization. What makes this even more frustrating is that it often sneaks up on people who are doing their best to stay clean and healthy. Take Harold, for example. He's 81 and has lived in Ohio all his life. For decades, he stuck to the same routine: up at 6 a.m., hot shower, bar soap, and a brisk towel dry. It was his way of starting the day, of keeping some control as life around him slowed down. But in the last few years, his skin had become increasingly dry and inflamed. He scratched so much at night that it kept him awake. His arms were red and sore, and his daughter finally convinced him to see a dermatologist. What he learned was both simple and eye-opening. The hot showers he loved were actually making things worse. The soap he used, strong and heavily fragranced, was stripping away his skin's natural oils. Under the doctor's guidance, Harold made a few small changes. He cut back to showering 2 or 3 times a week, used lukewarm water, and switched to a gentle, fragrance-free cleanser. He also began moisturizing his skin right after stepping out of the shower, especially his legs, arms, and back. Within just a few weeks, he noticed a difference. The itching faded. The red patches calmed down. He slept better. He felt more at ease in his own skin, literally. Now, that's not to say you should stop showering. Cleanliness still matters, of course, but the key is adjusting how we care for our bodies as they change. In the U.S., especially in places like Florida or Arizona, where humidity levels and climate can vary wildly, older adults are particularly prone to dry skin. In colder states like Minnesota or New York, the winter air can suck moisture right out of your skin, even if you stay indoors. That's why dermatologists across the country recommend that seniors rethink their bathing routines. Here are a few simple science-backed steps you can take today. First, reduce your showers to 2 or 3 times per week, unless you're sweating heavily or getting dirty. Second, avoid hot water. Warm is better. It helps you feel clean without removing too much of that protective oil. Third, choose a gentle, unscented body wash made for sensitive skin. Harsh bar soaps are often too drying. And finally, moisturize immediately after drying off, ideally with a cream or ointment containing ceramides, hyaluronic acid, or glycerin. Think of it as feeding your skin. Just like we eat to fuel our bodies, our skin needs nourishment too, especially as we age. If you've ever felt embarrassed by your dry skin or frustrated that no lotion seems to help, know that you're not alone. This is incredibly common, especially among older Americans. But it doesn't have to be something you just live with. Caring for your skin isn't vanity. It's part of protecting your independence, your comfort, and even your health. Because when your skin feels good, you feel good. You sleep better, move easier, and feel more confident leaving the house or hugging your grandkids. You've earned the right to feel at home in your own body, and sometimes all it takes is changing one small habit you've had for decades. Reason 2, the immune system and the protective role of the skin. Your skin is more than just what you see in the mirror. It's not just a layer that holds everything together. It's a living, breathing part of your immune system, working quietly to keep you safe every single day. For older adults in America, especially those over 65, this truth becomes more important than ever. You see, your skin isn't just skin. It's a frontline soldier standing guard against millions of germs, irritants, and infections. And unlike when we were younger, this defense system doesn't repair itself quite as quickly anymore. Take a moment to think about this every time you take a hot shower scrub, your arms with a rough washcloth, or use a soap that smells like spring flowers. You may actually be scrubbing away that protective barrier without even knowing it. It's a strange idea, isn't it? That staying clean could make us more vulnerable. But for older adults across the United States, from the dry mountain air of Colorado to the humid summers in Alabama, this is a reality dermatologists are seeing more and more. Our skin hosts something called the microbiome, a healthy mix of bacteria that lives on the surface and works with our immune system to fight off infections. This microbiome acts like a quiet neighbor who watches over your house while you sleep. You may not notice it, but you'd sure miss it if it were gone. When we shower too often or use harsh soaps, especially those with strong scents or antibacterial agents, we wash away these good bacteria. At the same time, hot water strips the skin of its natural oils, leaving it dry, cracked, and exposed. For seniors, especially those with diabetes, thin skin, or already weakened immune systems, these tiny cracks can become entry points for bacteria, viruses, or fungi. It starts as something small, a little redness around the ankle, a patch of dryness on the forearm, but it can spiral quickly into something more serious like cellulitis or a recurring skin infection. That's exactly what happened to Clara, a 77-year-old retired teacher from Pennsylvania. She took pride in her hygiene and always started her day with a hot shower, a scented bar soap, and a brisk towel rub. But over time, she started developing red patches on her back and legs that would sting and itch. Antibiotic creams worked for a while, but the problems kept coming back. Finally, her doctor asked about her bathing routine, and for the first time, Clara realized her daily showers might be part of the problem. She was over-cleansing, unintentionally weakening her skin's natural defenses. With her doctor's help, she made a few gentle changes. She reduced full-body showers to 3 times a week, focused instead on daily washing of her hands, face, underarms, and private areas. She switched to a fragrance-free cleanser, used warm, not hot water, and replaced her rough washcloth with a soft towel. Most importantly, she moisturized her skin after every shower, helping it rebuild that natural barrier. Within weeks, the infection stopped. Her skin felt calmer, less reactive, and she even started sleeping better at night. Stories like Clara's are more common than you might think. In a country where we've been taught that clean means soap, hot water, and scrubbing every inch of our body daily, it's not easy to change habits. But aging asks something different from us. It asks us to adapt. Not because we're weak, but because we're wise enough to listen to our bodies. So if you're wondering what to do, here's what most doctors now recommend. You don't need to shower head to toe every single day. Instead, focus on strategic hygiene. Keep your hands, face, underarms, and groin clean daily, especially if you're active or sweating. For the rest of your body, a full shower every 2 or 3 days is usually enough. When you do shower, choose warm, not hot water. Avoid antibacterial or heavily scented soaps. After bathing gently, pat your skin dry with a soft towel, don't rub, and then apply a generous moisturizer to restore what your skin has lost. Think of it not as skipping a shower, but as protecting your body's greatest shield. In a world that often makes seniors feel invisible, your skin is still trying to speak for you. It's telling you when it's too dry, when it needs rest, when it needs care. Listening to it like Clara did might be the first step to feeling healthier, stronger, and more at home in your own body again. Because in America, where independence and vitality are treasured values, small changes like these can help you keep both starting right in your own bathroom. Reason 3, fall risk and bathroom safety. There's a place in your home that seems quiet, familiar, and safe, but for older adults across America, it may also be the most dangerous. That place is your bathroom. We don't often think of the bathroom as a threat. It's where we clean up, refresh, start the day. But for millions of seniors, it's also where slips happen, blood pressure drops, and one small misstep can change everything. As we age, our bodies react differently to things we used to take for granted. Hot water, for example, doesn't just soothe the muscles, it can also cause blood vessels to dilate, lowering blood pressure and making us feel lightheaded or dizzy. Add in steam, a slippery floor, a fogged-up mirror, and limited balance, and what used to be a routine shower becomes a risky endeavor. In fact, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, falls are the #1 cause of injury-related death among Americans over the age of 65. And the bathroom is one of the most common places where these falls occur. It's not just about losing your footing. A fall in the shower often leads to serious consequences, broken hips, head injuries, and long-term loss of independence. Let me tell you about Walter. He's 83 and lives in Oregon with his cat and a collection of classic jazz records. Walter always started his mornings the same way: a hot shower, strong coffee, and a crossword puzzle. It made him feel awake, sharp, and in control of his day. But one winter morning, after taking a long hot shower, the steam fogged his glasses. As he stepped out, his foot slipped on a damp bath mat. He fell hard onto the tile floor, fracturing his pelvis. That single fall turned into 6 weeks of rehab, missed family events, and the difficult realization that he couldn't navigate his home the way he used to. It shook his confidence. He became more hesitant, more anxious about daily routines he once enjoyed. And that's something many seniors in America quietly face: the emotional impact of a fall. It's not just about the broken bone. It's about the fear of falling again, the loss of control, and the creeping sense that your world is shrinking. But here's the truth that gives us hope. Most of these bathroom falls can be prevented. Small changes in your routine and your environment can make a powerful difference. Start with timing. Tackle your showers during the day, not early morning when your blood pressure is low, and not at night when you're groggy. Mid-morning or early afternoon is usually best. Next, pay attention to the temperature. Warm water is soothing, but water that's too hot can trigger dizziness. If you find yourself needing to hold on to the wall or steady yourself often, that's a sign to dial the temperature down. Make your bathroom a safer space. Install grab bars by the toilet and inside the shower. Place a non-slip mat both in the tub and just outside it. Consider adding a shower chair so you can sit while washing. It takes pressure off your legs and gives you greater stability. Use a handheld shower head so you can rinse comfortably without needing to twist or lean. And perhaps most importantly, Don't feel like you need to shower every single day. 2 to 3 times a week is enough for most seniors, especially if you're not sweating or exposed to dirt. You can still wash your face, underarms, and private areas daily without the risks that come from full-body bathing every day. What we're talking about here isn't giving up hygiene. It's about adapting hygiene to your current body, your real needs, and your future safety. Think about how much time you spend worrying about staying healthy, your medications, your diet, your doctor visits. Now imagine how one bathroom fall could undo months or even years of those efforts. It's not dramatic, it's just the math of aging, and it's something we can take into our own hands. Walter eventually recovered, but he made big changes afterward. He moved his morning showers to after lunch. He added bright lighting and grab bars. And yes, he gave up the daily hot shower, something he thought he'd never do. But you know what he said after a month? "I feel safer now, and that makes me feel stronger." In a country like the United States, where independence is such a deep value, protecting yourself isn't just smart, it's empowering. So the next time you turn on the water, take a breath. Ask yourself, is my bathroom working for me or against me? Because a few thoughtful changes today could help you stay on your feet, stay confident, and stay in control of the life you've worked so hard to build. Reason 4, supports blood circulation. There's something deeply comforting about standing under warm running water. It feels like it washes away more than just the dirt, it clears the mind. For many older adults across America, a warm shower is more than hygiene. It's a small daily ritual, a quiet space, a moment of peace. But there's something your body may be trying to tell you, especially if you've started feeling dizzy, lightheaded, or overly tired after a shower. You see, as we age, our circulatory system doesn't work quite as quickly or efficiently as it used to. The blood vessels become less elastic, the heart works a bit harder, and blood doesn't move through the body with the same ease. This is why poor circulation becomes more common among seniors, especially in colder states like Michigan or Montana, where chilly weather can slow blood flow even more. Now here's where it gets tricky. Heat affects circulation too, and not always in the way we expect. Warm water can temporarily dilate blood vessels, a process known as vasodilation. This helps blood flow more freely, reducing stiffness and delivering oxygen to your muscles and tissues. That's why a warm shower can feel so relieving. Your body gets a gentle boost, and you feel more limber, more alive. But like most things in life, too much of a good thing can turn against you. When showers are too hot or last too long, they can cause blood vessels to dilate too much, leading to a sudden drop in blood pressure. This can leave you feeling drained, woozy, or worse, at risk of fainting. And for seniors living alone or in homes without grab bars, that moment of dizziness can lead to a serious fall. That's what happened to George, a 79-year-old retired postmaster living in rural Kansas. He loved his long, steamy showers twice a day, morning and evening. But one afternoon, shortly after stepping out of the tub, he collapsed. Luckily, his neighbor stopped by minutes later and called for help. After a hospital visit and follow-up with his doctor, George learned that his shower routine was partly to blame. His body couldn't regulate blood pressure the way it used to. The heat and length of his showers were pushing his system too far. So he made a few small, simple changes. He shortened his showers to 10 minutes, used warm, not hot water, and always made sure to hydrate with a glass of water beforehand. He also waited at least an hour after eating to avoid putting extra stress on his circulation. Within weeks, the dizzy spells disappeared, and he felt more balanced physically and emotionally. Because feeling faint in your own bathroom doesn't just shake your body, it shakes your confidence. For many older Americans, especially those living in places like Florida or California, where heat and humidity fluctuate, learning how to manage circulation safely is a vital part of aging well. So here's the takeaway, and it's an easy one to remember. Moderation helps protect circulation. Keep showers short, 10 minutes is plenty. Stick with warm water, not hot. If you've just eaten or feel extra tired, wait before stepping in. And don't forget to drink a glass of water before you bathe. It helps keep your system steady, and reduces the chance of dizziness. These small adjustments aren't about taking things away. They're about giving your body the best chance to function well so you can keep doing the things you love, gardening, walking, dancing, or simply enjoying a morning without worry. Because here in America, aging doesn't have to mean slowing down. It just means being smart about how you move forward. And sometimes moving forward starts in the quiet moments, like stepping into a warm shower that works with your body, not against it. Reason 5. Mental and emotional health. There's something about a warm shower that feels like a reset button, especially in the quiet hours of the morning or just before bed. The sound of water, the warmth against your skin, the feeling of being alone with your thoughts, it's a space where everything else seems to pause. For many older adults in America, that moment of stillness isn't just a habit. It becomes a way to cope, a way to manage grief, loneliness, or the slow, invisible weight of change. You see, emotional health in later life is rarely talked about, but it runs quietly beneath the surface of everyday routines. When someone retires after 40 years of work, loses a spouse, or watches friends move or pass away, there's a subtle emptiness that can set in. And sometimes that emptiness fills itself with repetition, like showering multiple times a day. Not because the body's dirty, but because the mind is overwhelmed. That's exactly what happened to Sharon, a 76-year-old widow living just outside Atlanta. After her husband passed away, she began showering twice a day, once in the morning, again at night. She said it helped her feel in control, like she was washing away the sadness, even if only for a few minutes. But after several months, her skin became dry red and irritated. Her energy dipped, and she admitted deep down that she was avoiding her grief rather than addressing it. When she finally opened up to her daughter, it led to a gentle but important shift. With support, she adjusted her routine, limiting showers to every other day, journaling in the evenings instead, and making space for quiet reflection that wasn't tied to physical cleansing. Because sometimes emotional healing comes not from doing more, but from doing differently. Mental health professionals across the U.S. are now encouraging older adults to look at. As we wrap up today's video, I hope one thing is clear. You don't have to give up comfort to protect your health. Sometimes all it takes is a small change in your daily routine to help you feel stronger, safer, and more in control of your body. From protecting your skin to supporting your immune system, preventing falls, boosting circulation, and caring for your emotional well-being. Every tip we shared today is about helping you stay independent and feel good in your own skin. But remember, while these tips are helpful for general awareness, they are not meant to replace medical advice. If you have any specific health conditions or symptoms that concern you, please check in with your doctor before making any changes to your routine. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What part of this video stood out to you the most? Was there a lesson, a story, or a small moment that made you pause and think about your own habits? Let me know in the comments, or simply type the word HOPE if you're feeling inspired to care for yourself a little more gently today. And if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel, turning on the notification bell, and sharing it with a friend, neighbor, or loved one who might need to hear this too. We all deserve to age with dignity, knowledge, and a little encouragement along the way. These tips are shared for general awareness. If you're facing any health challenges, be sure to check with your doctor before trying anything new. No matter your age, your body still listens when you treat it with kindness. And every small act of care, like adjusting your shower routine, can be a gift to your future self. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and may your days be filled with comfort, warmth, and the quiet strength of knowing you're doing your best. We'll see you in the next video.